I'm going to give you a few tips on creating wealth for the long term. Tip number 1 is about cutting your expenses. Really, it's the most direct way of creating or accumulating your wealth. You have direct control of it, and it has the most immediate impact on your finances. So think about discretionary expenses that you have that you can reduce or cut out. Maybe look at any direct debits that you've got that you no longer need and that you're out of contract for, that you can cancel easily, and start saving. I also recommend looking at cutting expenses because it does require discipline. And in order to hold an investment portfolio and grow your wealth long term, you do need discipline. So if you can't even say save, reduce expenses where necessary, then it's going to be even more difficult to say run a stock position that has its ups and downs. Tip number 2, open an account for investing purposes. Now, you might choose an ISA. An ISA is essentially a wrapper or an account whereby any gains you make in that account will not be taxed by HMRC. You don't have to open an ISA account. You could do it as a normal share dealing account. There's loads of providers out there. But if you do want to make long-term gains and think about not paying tax when you're making larger returns on dividends, for example, then consider opening one. Research the type of account that you're opening, such as the costs involved per transaction and also ongoing, so that could be monthly or yearly as a percentage of how much you've got in there, and also what access it gives you. So some accounts might not give you access to the US, for example, stocks like Microsoft or Amazon, but they might give you access only to London listed stocks like National Grid, HSBC, Vodafone. Look at their capabilities and about the costs. Really check about whether it works for you according to your trading frequency. For example, some accounts that do charge you monthly with lower trading costs might be more expensive for you if you only trade once a month, and therefore an account with, say, no monthly fee and a slightly higher cost per trade would be better for you. Tip number 3, don't make bets on stocks that you actually haven't read up about. Read about what they do, check out whether they have cash or in fact if they're heavily indebted. This can give you an idea of how companies could get through tougher times, such as now, when revenues are really hit hard by coronavirus. When you're looking at what you will invest in, don't just look at stocks that are cool and you think they're going to make you 10% in a day. And also consider stocks that give you dividends, which is cash that companies pay to their shareholders, either on a quarterly or semi-annual basis as a reward for being a shareholder from the profits that the company makes. Tip number 4, diversifying or not putting all your eggs in one basket. Now this could be diversifying between holding investments in equities, holding bonds, holding property, but also within, for example, an equity portfolio, you want to diversify in terms of what they do. If you have 5 automaker stocks, then you're essentially betting all of your investments on one industry. What happens if all of a sudden people prefer different types of transport? Tip number 5, you might choose to invest in the broader market of a country, such as the UK, France, USA, Germany. All of these could be available via an ETF or exchange traded fund. They trade on exchanges like equities do, and you can see the price that you would pay for one unit. It means that you have exposure to a whole spectrum of companies in an economy. It reduces your concentration on 1 or 2 companies, and essentially you're diversifying. Thanks for watching, and click like and subscribe to see more of my videos as I create them.